Hey guys, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. I had to do one more little video getting to the stove for the prime rib. Cassie's gonna show us how to store this properly in the freezer when we get back. Let's do it. Boom.
Is it just me, or are you having deja vu too? I've already made 2 trips to take advantage of this sale at Publix, and Cassie made a trip herself. This is turning out to be the biggest meat haul of our life. And from the comments section of our last video, it looks like a lot of you took advantage of this deal too. A few of you said Publix started only limiting 1 per person, so we scrounged together the last of our cash and I made one more trip. Little Larry's at home sharpening his knives, and Cassie's giving the dogs a bath. If we're able to score here, that'll put our haul at over 100 pounds of beef. And what do you know? They're still on sale, and there's still no limit. Sale ends Christmas Eve.
All right guys, we scored even bigger today. Let's get back to the house and Cassie can show us how to store this treasure properly.
Welcome back everybody. This is Carnivore Quest and my name is Cassie, and this young man right here is our youngest. This is little Larry, and he just so happens to be a butcher in training. Larry's going to show you how to break down a roast and cut it into steaks or make it into smaller roasts. And we're also going to show you some great methods for freezing, because we have a treasure trove of beef and we found this amazing sale at $5.79 a pound for bone-in rib roast. So we took advantage. We made about 4 or 5 different trips, and so we're going to break some down and we're going to get some frozen, and we're going to eat on this meat months on end. So Larry, how long have you been a butcher?
I've been a butcher for almost 4 months now.
What's your favorite cut?
My favorite cut would have to be the Denver steak. It's a very economic steak, comes right off of the chuck roll, extremely well marbled, small, perfect for pretty much anything you want to do with steak.
I thought your answer would have been ribeye.
No.
And what would you say is your favorite task?
I'd have to say trimming beef tenderloin. It's very time consuming, but it's kind of like you're making your own little works of art every time you do it.
Making it look pretty.
Making it look very pretty.
Let's get into this. But before we do, you have a gift for your dad.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. My name's Larry, and my parents are trying to lose 250 pounds eating just the carnivore diet. So far they've lost over 120 pounds, they're feeling good, and they're getting their life back.
Damn, not bad.
We're going to show you how to freeze these into roasts and steaks, but for this big guy, I'm going to show you a different method, how to freeze it whole. I'm going to take some cling wrap, and we are just going to wrap it up like a mummy. I'll go once around the length and a few times on the width. Try and take care to overlap any seams. See, I gave myself about 1.5 inches there. I'm going to try and draw out as much of the air as possible. Also keep in mind that with a bone, you could get some ribs, so make sure there's a nice thick layer. So we've got all of this wrapped up like so. Now we're going to take another bag. Believe me, we have so many plastic bags laying around from the grocery store. I think they would work just as fine too. Oh, this is a big guy. Now we'll just get a twist tie, and that's one real easy method to freeze an entire roast. And this should keep for about 6 months without any freezer burn.
Just going to take this kitchen twine off. So in this particular instance, this bone-in roast has been decoed, as we call it in the butcher shop. That just means that the bone plate has been cut off diagonally and then tied back on. This makes it easy for people to take the bones off whenever they're done roasting it, because bones give all that extra flavor. So what we're going to do is just take this off so I can demonstrate cutting a boneless roast into steaks.
So what can you use the bones for?
So after you take these off and after you're done roasting them, they're going to be nice and dark brown. So you can use these most probably for a stock, that would be their best use, but you can also use them for bone marrow, for bone broth as well.
Okay.
Or give them to your dogs.
Or give them to your dogs. Okay, so now that we have those bones off, we have what is essentially a boneless ribeye loin. And so we're just going to take this, and what I like to do first, this is what we do at work, this is kind of at an angle, diagonally, so we're going to, what we call facing it. So we're going to take one of the uneven portions here, take our knife, get as thin as possible so we waste as little meat as we can, and just go right in there and get that off of there. And it's not going to be perfect the first time, you're going to have to trim a little bit, that's okay. And as you can see, now we got a perfectly flat, beautifully marbled ribeye loin there. And after you're done facing your beautiful loin, you can use this meat for whatever you'd like. I like to put it into a grind, make some fresh ground beef, but you can also just save this as the cooked snack. And now that you have your loin faced, even and ready to go, you can just cut it into steaks as thick or as thin as you'd like. I like about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in thickness. That'll give you about 1 pound per steak, which is good for one adult typically. And once you have your steak like this, you'll notice that we have a big old piece of fat down here. Now most people aren't gonna eat all this obviously, so what you can do is you can take it and just trim it off at a downward angle like this, and you can use this for beef tallow.
Or you can eat them. Nothing better than fat trimmings fried in bacon grease. Oh yeah.
Finish trimming off some of that, and you have yourself an absolutely gorgeous boneless ribeye.
I learned a lot watching Larry trim these steaks and make them look pretty. There's a lot to it, and man, he's good at it.
So this is going to be your Delmonico steak. It is characterized by its 3 notable segments. This is going to be your rib fillet. This is your eye, and here is honestly part of the cut that I can never remember the name of.
Well, Larry, I just want to say thank you, not only just for breaking this down, because I know he's got his work cut out for him, but for explaining everything to everybody and showing everybody how to properly cut some steaks and what you can do with them and all your helpful hints.
Absolutely. That's the beautiful thing of being a butcher. There's so many different things you can do with this and so much that I've learned and information that I've been able to share. It's just been an incredible experience overall.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, bud. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, so as you can see, we had a 10.5 pound loin, and we've got essentially 6 steaks with a mini roast over here, and this one's looking pretty good too. You know, at $5.79 a pound, and the marbling's really good. So we're gonna be eating some steak here. And when Larry told me the price, I was a little hesitant. That just didn't make sense to me. $5.79 a pound. I mean, that's a better price than a lot of ground beef that you're gonna find. So, and we've got ribeye. Now I'm going to show you this method of basically vacuum sealing without a vacuum sealer. So here I have a freezer bag, and I'm just gonna put the steaks in here like so. And right here is a stock pot, and I filled it up with water. We're going to use the weight of the water to help push out the air, and it'll almost give you a vacuum seal. So I closed most of it, allowing this to stay open so it can help push out the air. So we're just going to drop it in the water. It's pushing it out, pushing it out. Go. Just being careful not to let any of the water get in. Okay, how about that? There's still a little air in there, but for the most part, you know, it looks pretty good. We got some a decent seal here, so that should last probably 9 months to a year with that, providing there aren't any holes in it and it's properly frozen. So there you go, there you have it. I'm gonna get Larry back in here. We're gonna cut all these up, get them wrapped up, get them ready for the freezer. So we have Big Larry here. And we all finished up after little Larry cleaned up some steaks for us. We all got this packaging done together and got it all freezer ready.
Yep, going in the freezer now. And I mean, Cassie said it earlier, what a blessing. This is over almost $800 in savings. And we will eat on this for probably 3 or 4 months. Instead of having one ribeye steak each every 2 weeks, now we're gonna be able to enjoy a couple ribeyes a week along with our ground beef.
Absolutely.
I really hope a lot of you found this deal. It's still going. It ends December 24th. So get out there and get it. This video should be out on the 21st, so you should still have a few days to get this good deal.
So we ended up with 24 steaks, some of them being mini roasts.
Very thick.
And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roasts plus one in the oven.
Yeah, and I've already made 3. I already made 3, 3 or 4 pound roasts. Yeah, we've been eating good. And we got one in the refrigerator, 9-pounder for Christmas. And yeah, everything else go to the freezer.
Yeah, stocked and loaded.
Yeah, I almost picked up a food saver not too long ago, and Cassie's like, no, we can do it without it. So we might get one in the future. But for now, this method works great. If you guys have any other method of storing your meat in the freezer, let us know in the comments. Remember, we got 1 week left of our 6-week holiday weight loss challenge. We're trying to lose 2,500 pounds as a channel. Let's see if we can do it. On your way, it'd be really cool if you guys hit the like button for Cassie and I. We'll see you in the next one. Remember, no sugar, no carbs.
No cheating.
Later.